The last few questions have been vocabulary kinds of questions and defining things. Question 14 is craft and structure, and what we're working on is analyzing details in a text in order to figure out what its purpose is in the overall text. So the question says, how does paragraph 10 contribute to the development of passage 2? And so what I've done is I've gone to paragraph 10. Let's highlight it so we stay focused. And let's look at some of our options to see where they may be going with this. Question 10, it focuses on the idea that Machu Picchu was a very difficult structure to build. It clarifies how Machu Picchu provided the Incas with an understanding of wild plants. It emphasizes the marvels of Machu Picchu by describing its architecture and location in nature. It explains how the Incas intended to keep Machu Picchu hidden, but by describing how it was built into a cliffside. So these are some of our options. Let's go back, like we always do, and let's reread paragraph 10. Standing 2,430 meters above sea level, in the midst of a tropical mountain forest in an extraordinarily beautiful setting, Machu Picchu was probably the most amazing urban creation of the Inca Empire at its height. Its giant walls, terraces, and ramps seem as if they have been cut naturally in the continuous rock escarpments. The natural setting on the eastern slopes of the Andes encompasses the upper Amazon basin with its rich diversity of flora and fauna. Okay, so when I look back through this, I get a mental image of the description, and what it's doing is it's saying it's beautiful, and then it talks about this urban civilization. Well, urban is another way to say city, and it's talking about the giant walls and the ramps they built. Within the landscape, they say the natural setting on the Andes encompasses the upper Amazon basin. So in my head, I'm getting a picture of some of the things that were built right into the countryside, right into the Machu Picchu natural environment. And so let's take a look at our options and see which ones fit for us. Let's keep in mind that we're supposed to take away the fact that we have wonderful architecture here, and it's set right in nature. Okay, so let's look at A. It focuses on the idea that Machu Picchu was a very difficult structure to build. While it probably was really tough to build, the focus of this paragraph, like I said before, is the wonderful architecture in a natural setting. And so the focus isn't really talking about how hard it was to build. So again, let's use our masking and let's take away A because that's not really what the purpose is. Let's look at B. It clarifies how Machu Picchu provided the Incas with an understanding of wild plants. Now it talks about flora here, but again, the focus is more on the comparison between what was built and the natural setting. And so there really isn't a clarification of the wild plants here. And so that's not really the purpose. And so B is incorrect. Again, let's use our masking tool and cross it out. C, it emphasizes the marvel, which is a synonym for like wonderful, breathtaking. It emphasizes the marvel of Machu Picchu by describing its architecture and location in nature. Again, this one sounds good, but just like the last question, we can't stop here because what if D is better? D says it explains how the Incas intended to keep Machu Picchu hidden by describing how it was built into a cliffside. Well, when we read this, the paragraph really doesn't have anything to do with the fact that the Incas were intentionally trying to hide Machu Picchu, even though, yes, it is built into the side of a cliff. And so D isn't really the purpose as well. So just like the last time, the one we thought was the correct answer is the correct answer, but we checked all of our options, so you should have checked C. It emphasizes the marvel of Machu Picchu by describing its architecture and location in nature. So if you picked C, you're absolutely right. Again, you know what I'm going to say. Please stop, Please answer the question, and I will meet you back here for question 15.